Okay, this is Todd Fox Burgess, and we're on Planet Arkadia in Entropia Universe. And I just landed on these guys right here. They're called the Magurg Male Alpha, level 15. This one here is at level 20. So I don't know how aggressive they are, but before I take them on, I'm gonna go look Entropia Magurg, so give myself a chance on not. Okay, so this here, 35 stab, 34 cut, 31 impact. So I should be just fine with this armor. Okay, time to take them on. And I got like enough ammo. What do I look like for repairs? I'll have to repair my gun soon though. Okay, so never hunted these in my life. They're pretty ugly. They remind me a little of the navel snot one. I guess not. Pretty horrible creatures. So I'm starting to wonder if I have the right gun for this. Moment I do. Okay, unlock the challenge. The ped's good. Good start. Not great. Good. And the Magurg. Track. Remove aura. Remove Ardrada. And you see, one kill. So that's going to go fast again. So it's going to be easy skilling. Look at this Magurg over there. Male Gargan. I got a good feeling about these guys. I think we're gonna do good today. At least an all-time high. Triple drop here. At least an all-time high in mining. Whoop, Alpharic Stone. I've been hitting a lot of those Corrodule Extrusion. What is this? A Magurg. Male, very small one. Very cute. Oh. And that's a guardian. So they get bigger fast. But I wish they were bigger. Like I want the 20, level 20, not level 14. I was exciting at the higher level. Level 50, 50%, rank 1. I'm tired, man. Had a hard day. Magurg male. No maturity. This is a Magurg male dominant. Level 14. But the Magurg male had no maturity and that was level 7. Names are weird on this planet. You know, it's a weird planet. I feel like dropping a probe right here. Oh, so it's pretty aggressive. It may have just been walking in my direction. I'm not sure if it was attacking me. Level 13. First encountered under the desert regions of Sentosa, the Magurg male has a unique appearance, differing dramatically from its female counterpart. Do we just hit another level for the attribute challenge? The male's function in the social hierarchy appears to be as nothing more than a tool for the production of the much less numerous female population. Sounds like Earth humans. IFN zoologists currently theorize that the male defensive apparatus evolved primarily to aid in this role. As a result, it may not think to attack you unless it is convinced you are a threat. Logical. In fact, rumor has it that after a hard life of servitude, many males are unlucky enough to be entirely consumed by a female. If you bear witness to such a terminal display of courtship, please do your best to record it and report it to the IFN Science Division. Hardcore porn. Should we drop a probe? Provider level 12. Level 15 male alpha. Okay, let's see if I can. Vanite Stone. Nope. Common Dome. Nope. Not great, but not bad. I'm becoming heavy. Scusate. Okay, so loot wise, up and down. I'll drop a probe. Yeah, I'm starting to fall asleep. What time is it? And it's only been 16 minutes. Nasty. It's not bad. Yeah, you have to stop this soon. Finish this next level and then we'll call it a session. In the army, when I was in the army, they used to tell you sleep when you can because you never know the next time you're going to sleep. So I think I'll be hitting the next challenge right here. So, Codex, Magurg, combat reflexes, combat reflexes. Next one will be between agility and strength, and I'll be choosing agility for sure. I'm gonna call it a break. I'm gonna have to go repair my gun anyways. So I'm at 36.88 head on a 150 head gun. And my knife, my dagger, it's only 4 head left. So gotta go fix that. Anyways, like, subscribe, share. Oh, there you go. I'll get rid of him. I'll log off and come back later after my physical training. Okay, so yesterday I played without filming, and I finished the Magurg challenge to get to the next attribute level. So while that's done, and I'm still hunting them, I'm at rank 5, and the loot's been, I didn't get any globals, but the loot's been acceptable. I'm okay with breaking even, I just don't like to lose money too long. So I log in, test the waters, and if I see that the loot sucks at this time of day, I'll just stop. Yeah, level 20, that's what I'm looking for. Fanite Stone. Okay, so what is this? Just see what happens here. I think I'm gonna deactivate all my hotmails, man. Close them all, because Microsoft sucks. Did I just say that publicly? Yeah, Microsoft sucks. Everything Microsoft is just going down the hill like fucking Bill Gates' little belly. All I see is desperation for fucking making money, man. He's ready to like screw the whole world just to make money. And viruses are not good enough for his fucking computers. He's gotta make them for fucking like kill the rest of the world, man. And then he's gonna use mosquito Anyways, I don't like that guy, can you tell? Not many people I don't like. Just a few people I don't like. I don't like Bill Gates. I don't like Justin Trudeau. I do not like Justin Trudeau. Like, I prefer being told I'm being screwed, because I know it's true, by a guy like Trump who says, you know, we're stealing their oil, we're doing this, we're doing that. And then fucking hypocrite like Justin Trudeau, we don't do that, we don't do that, but he's fucking 10 times worse, man. The guy's a fucking rat. Biggest rat Canada has ever had. I'm glad I don't have 10 million viewers because I wouldn't be able to tell you these things. There's new laws being put in place so that you can't talk against the current government, which are a bunch of fucking woke, globalist pieces of shit. Oh, did I just say that? I'm sorry. I'll stop ranting. I believe in the community, but I don't want communism. Because communism doesn't make sense. You look at countries like Norway and Sweden, you know, that have like social like democracies where common sense rules. Problem with countries like Canada and the US is that it's not Canadians and Americans that own the country. It's globalist billionaires, even more than billionaires. So these people, they don't necessarily, some live in the US, but others live in Europe, others live anywhere in the world for that matter, on an island, you know, in the Caribbean. A lot of them live there. And yeah, their interests are financial, purely financial. You've got a city in China, like Oros, I think is the name of it. It's in northern China. It's all it is just empty buildings. It's rich people that speculated. And ironically, it's where the white race, as we know it today, sort of like incubated, is in the northern part of China. So it's like a bit of a joke there. You know, we're here in North America in inhospitable lands that not many people were able to tame except the natives that were here for 20,000 years. But yet we could be, you know, living in this empty city in China. Just go look on Google or look on my Facebook page. You'll see. I posted about it not long ago. And the city's empty. And there's a Neolithic dig site where they found the origin of like Scythians, which are our ancestors or my ancestors, 30,000 years ago. So 30,000 years ago, there was a civilization of Caucasian-looking people in northern China. So you can say what you want, that's the fact. Like, Europeans originally, you know, they descend from the Asians. Wonder where the white skin comes from? Look at the Asians. Europeans are a result of ethnogenesis. There's nothing pure about a European. It's one of the, like, you know, youngest civilizations if you look at, you know, age, but we're talking about like humanity in itself is, you know, hundreds of thousands of years, and most of the history was wiped out by every conqueror that conquers tries to wipe someone else's history out. So the only way you can actually find out the truth now is, and what's great is science, like DNA. A lot of the stuff that I know was discovered through my DNA, through building my family tree, through comparing with archaeological digs around the world. I wouldn't know any of this crap, like of this. You know, I know about history and I read a lot about history, but I wouldn't know so much about, about what I know if I didn't do my family tree and I didn't spend the last 5 years discovering who I was as, as a human being. I was adopted. I didn't know who I was. My mom told me I was Polish when I was a kid. I was blonde with blue eyes. I'm not just Polish. I'm Scottish, Irish, Dutch, French, especially French. I'm like 60% French. Got German, Swiss, Italian, Baltic, everything royal. I'm everything royal. So that makes me a mutt. I'm a royal mutt. I'm a mix of every royal family practically. And that's not a joke. You just, and maybe you too, and you don't even know that. Now, what does it matter? The whole monarchy system was like wiped out. Or not really. They're in the background as figureheads, I would say. There you go, got ourselves a global. What I'm trying to determine is how much figureheads are they? Like, these seem to be owning, like, satellite companies and telecom companies, and, they seem to be the ones behind, a lot of the modern technology of today. So, did royalty just take a step back when the revolution happened? Did another financial entity come in and take over when the revolution happened? The way I seem to understand history is that you've got this like big financial power usually in the Silk Road area, because that's where a lot of the commerce happened. So a lot of the richer people ended up were out of there, and then they don't know what to do with their money, so they build empires, they build colonies, they spread, and from there they colonized Europe. They used Christianity to colonize Europe. Like, Christianity was being used in 400, 500 to colonize Europe, and then Islam started in about 600 AD. They saw how Christianity was doing great, and then they said, well, maybe we could just tweak it a little to make it even more aggressive, and then they turned it into Islam. So Christianity and Islam were created by the same globalists. I'll call them globalists because they don't have a definite religion. They probably are the closest thing to pagan. Anyways, I won't go into that. But if you take a look at, you go, oh, another global. If you go to the church is just a mirror of sacrificial rituals. And so what I think is that because they needed to get the pagans to go for their religion, they incorporated all this like ritual symbolism in the ceremonies, the religious ceremonies. So, the hostel where the priest gives his mass is where they would put the body to sacrifice. And then the symbolism of sacrificing the body and drinking the blood all comes from ritual, from pagan ritual. So Christianity was used to invade Europe, and what was there? Well, there was the mix of what had come in already with, like, they were the Celtics. But these Celtics, by now they look different than the invading Scythians that came in later, and I'll explain. The first wave of Sumerians, or I would say people from like the steppes that came into Europe 2000, like at the Iron Age, mixed in with the people that were already there, and most likely were Neanderthals. So I have a very, and you can laugh at me all you want, some people do, have a high Neanderthal level, and most of it is probably because I've got like high royalty also, and so Neanderthals were big bones, they were very strong people, and it's very debatable on whether they were smart or not. However, the mix of what was coming in,
Scythians or the steppe, the Yamnaya and the Beaker culture that came in and invaded, mixed in with the existing Neanderthals that were there, and so the result, you've got these like formidable Celtic Viking giant warriors. So when the Irish, when they arrived, they speak of the Tuatha De Danann, who were people that are that were there pre Germanic migrations, and these Tuatha De Danann were known to be magical, have blonde hair, be big, huge people, very advanced, probably related, and the technology, and it's proven, related to Egypt, related to Turkey, the Phoenicians. You can see that the Phoenicians became, over time, the Irish and the Vikings and the Celtic. They had boats. They were masters of boat riding. Some people argue that they're the lost tribe. Phoenicia is the Middle East. It's right next to Jerusalem. So a lot of people think that they may be the tribe of Dan, the Danes, Denmark. If you take a look, the symbol of the royalty, my ancestors in Scandinavia, is the lion. The same lion as the Lion of David. The same lion as the lion that you will find in the Turkish, the ancient cultures that you will find in Turkey. The same lion that you will find that represents royalty all around the world. Seems like that royalty is all related, and that's what you see when you build the tree. I mean, I've got my tree of DNA and I got my tree of legends, but my tree of legends leads me into all these different civilizations, and my DNA matches King Tut and my DNA matches Ramses. So, and then who do I have in my tree? Both of them. Now, you can laugh all you want, man, and you're laughing because you're a fucking ignoramus. And if you're not laughing, it's because you get it. You know we're all related. We're all the product of everything that happened before. You have 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16, 32, starts doubling every generation. Next thing you know, you get to a point where it starts imploding. You get the same ancestor many times. For example, Charlemagne is my ancestor over 400, if not 500 times. And Attila the Hun is my ancestor double that, 1,000 times. Through Charlemagne, through House of Arpad. And then like those are like the major, like they're my ancestors many times, are the invading royals, those that came in from the south. And then I have ancestors from like Scotland and Ireland. Like I've got Irish kings that lead back into thousands of years, into Troy. I have some Scottish kings that lead into Egypt. I have some lineage, especially through my French Charlemagne there, leads into Armenia, into the Armenians. It leads into House of Gupta, which is like the royal family of India. So I have ancestors that are Guptas. I have ancestors that are the House of Han, which is the Han dynasty in China. Why? Well, because it's them that became the royalty, like their descendants, especially through maternal lineages. It's crazy how it happens. Like my maternal lineage is all over the place, but my mom is way more royal than my dad is. My mom has the same haplogroup as like the Viking warrioress there that they found, the Burka warrior. I had somebody laugh at me on the internet because I was mentioning that. Some people, either they're jealous or they've got like a mental disease where they don't realize that it's important to find out who you are and where you come from. A lot of people, like, I speak to them about these things and they're like, they hate it. They don't want to hear about the truth. The truth has no feelings, man. It doesn't need it. The truth is love. So if you prefer when I rant this way, then comment and I'll do more. I can get pretty intense there if I let my thoughts run. But we're a mix of, like, when I say we, I'm talking about my ancestry. My ancestry. I'm in Quebec. I'm what they call. The closest thing would be South Dutch as my modern population, but I would say I would consider myself a Norman. I'm half Celtic, half Germanic. So what am I? Should I be like buried in a fucking hole because of that? No, man. I am who I am, and I know I'm a good person deep inside. And do I love to fight? Fuck yeah. But that's where I come from. My ancestors were warriors for thousands of years, man. When I get into a fight, everything slows down. It's like I was born for it. I don't fight so much anymore at my age, but when I was a kid, I used to get in trouble as much. That's our generation. That's what we did, man. It was like Generation X, and we were bullied by the. We were bullied by the older ones big time. You have no fucking idea, man. The baby boomers, man. They were the worst, the most abusive generation, and they still are, man. The me generation, they call it. Me. What about me? Hey, doggy. Doggy woggy. Doggy woggy woo. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tu veux un McBone? Qu'est-ce que tu veux? Bon. Oh. Ouais, tasse-toi. Ah oui, embarque sur le lit, là. Let's go. Push. Non, pas là. Where are we at? 70.6. I gotta go take my shower. Like, Canada is really in trouble right now because it's really managed by globalist interests who have no care whatsoever for Canadians. If anything, I think they want to get rid of us, man. The way that speaks, especially like Justin Trudeau with like, you know, the truckers, for example, all they wanted was, you know, the right to not have to be vaccinated. And the next thing you know, he's calling them Nazis and all kinds of crazy stuff. The next thing you know, that same government shows up applauding Nazis and then saying it was a mistake. I'm starting to doubt. I have doubts. Alexa, stop. You take a look at the, you know, Christy Freeland, whatever her name is, and her dad is a fucking Nazi. Like she's just like she was, you know, brought up in that environment. And then you take a look at the people from the World Economic Forum. Listen to them. They sound like Nazis, man. They're like fucking. It's amazing how this world's being like fucking like overtaken by the rich. And these rich, like, it's dystopic. Did you hear that, like, Klaus Schwab speak? This guy's fucking nuts. With AI, we won't need to vote anymore. We'll already know who will be the best prime minister because AI will predict it. And we won't have to vote anymore. The guy is a fucking freak, dude. Shit. How old is he? How much time is left on his clock? God, prayers, man, prayers. Yeah, so as long as you have governments that are in power that are not there for the interest of Canadians, that are there just to make money for private investors, we're fucked. And that's the problem with Canada, and it's the problem with the US. Both places are totally overrun by corruption. Probably the same way in like Europe, probably the way it is in Russia. You want to know who runs the world? Look at the financial system and look at who's sitting in the middle of the financial system. And you'll know. So we got two globals amidst my my rants. .4%. Okay, so I'll invite you to like and subscribe and share. Share if you care. Comment. Got anything to teach me? Help me improve my life? Comment. Kamil Mazrik Strizbiek. Shout out to that guy. global though. 2 in a row is cool. Well, not in a row, but yeah. 2 not far apart. I was busy talking. Now, within that story I gave you, because it's hard to tell like a story with just a few words when there's so many aspects to it. But yeah, for example, I have an ancestor who was from Africa in the Middle Ages. So I've got like 0.02% East African. With that 0.02%. I'm 0.04% Native American. Why? Because I have a few of my ancestors, they were like some of the first people arriving in Canada. And the first wave to arrive in Canada, a lot of them got married to Micmacs and Abenaki. And the Abenaki are mixed. They were already, a lot of them had blonde blue eyes. They were already a mix of Celtic Vikings, Gaelic Vikings or Wends that had made it to Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. And people were fishing and whaling way before Christopher Columbus showed up. So a lot of the people, if you go read about the Abenaki, or there's some videos on YouTube, the Abenaki of Vermont, watch these videos and you will learn how like color doesn't define being indigenous or not. Everybody was indigenous at one point in history. What's civilization? It's centralization of power. It's taking control. It's removing identities or creating new ones. Using identity politics in order to divide and rule. Tending to minorities. Like, all that's important is minorities. The majority keeps on being shunned, and the majority keeps on being told that they're the problem, they're the cause of everything, they're why life sucks. But in the meantime, the minorities are glorified. That's a page ripped out of like implanting communism. So check out what's next. And then you got some idiots like Stéphane Roy there on Facebook going around and pushing all those ideas like it's a fucking next best thing from sliced bread. Obviously that guy never read history. He's a fucking idiot. Like, you gotta read history, people. You gotta understand what happened in order to see what's coming. Communism killed everybody they could that was like religious. Religion was like wrong. Religion was retarded. You're already starting to see that type of stuff. I'm not trying to defend religion. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying that everybody has the right to believe and read and understand what they want. To go around imposing stuff on people is where there's a problem. So anybody who tries to impose something on me becomes my natural enemy. Trust me. Even if it's good for me, you try to impose on me, you become my natural enemy. What do I do with my natural enemy? Anyways, I gotta jump in the shower. Where are we at? Yeah, I'll stick everything together and make a beautiful hour video for the people who love them. And if people want to drop out before I go to my rant there, About 20 minutes in. Oh no, politics. I can't stand politics. Oh wow, that was a good one. It's hard to stop when that happens, man. Quenta Flux. Again, never heard of that. Three peg. And what is that worth? Huh. TT food. Okay, I'm hunting this one. I know I said that a few times, but I'm gonna take care of this one. I don't like stopping on a good one. Okay, so like, subscribe, share. Okay. Take care, everybody.